The art of formal event seating arrangements. Seating arrangements at formal events are not arbitrary. They reflect a deliberate effort to balance hierarchy, comfort, and conversational dynamics. Proper placement ensures guests feel respected while facilitating natural interactions among those who share mutual interests or affiliations. Hosts typically consider several factors when assigning seats, including the prominence of individuals, familial ties, and potential for engaging dialogue. For instance, placing two influential professionals adjacent to one another may spark productive discussions, whereas separating close friends might inadvertently create awkward silences. Hierarchical order. At high-profile events, seating charts often prioritize titles, professions, or social status to avoid unintentional slights. Guests with higher positions are usually seated closer to the head table or stage. Cultural sensitivity. Different cultures dictate varying seating customs. For example, in some Asian traditions, the most honored guest sits facing the entrance, while Western conventions favor proximity to the main speaker. Dining logistics. When meals are involved, tables should accommodate dietary restrictions and allow servers easy access without disrupting conversations. Round tables encourage inclusivity, whereas rectangular setups emphasize formality. Guests unfamiliar with seating protocols should observe cues from hosts or staff, who may discreetly provide guidance through gestures or subtle remarks. It is also worth noting that modern events increasingly embrace flexibility, allowing couples or groups to request adjustments during pre-event coordination. Open communication with organizers can prevent discomfort later, especially for guests with mobility challenges or specific needs. Dress codes decoded. Choosing the perfect attire. Selecting the correct outfit for a formal event is akin to crafting a silent statement about respect and professionalism. Dress codes vary widely, from classic tuxedos to avant-garde ensembles, but understanding the subtleties behind each designation is crucial. Common designations include black tie, cocktail wear, semi-formal, and business attire. While black tie implies full evening gowns and tailcoats, cocktail wear allows for slightly relaxed elegance, such as floor-length dresses paired with heels or suits worn with blazers. Breaking down key terminology. A recent survey revealed that over 60% of attendees misinterpret informal terms like smart casual or casual chic, leading to mismatched appearances. Clarifying definitions beforehand prevents embarrassment and aligns expectations with the host's vision. For men, a well-tailored suit in navy or charcoal gray remains timeless, complemented by a crisp white shirt and polished shoes. Women should opt for structured silhouettes, avoiding overly revealing cuts unless explicitly permitted by the venue's theme. Accessories play a pivotal role in completing the ensemble. Men should carry leather gloves or pocket squares, while women might choose elegant handbags or minimalist jewelry. However, excessive ornamentation risks overshadowing the occasion itself. Additionally, footwear deserves attention. High heels should be comfortable enough for extended standing, and closed-toe shoes are preferable for outdoor events or venues with uneven flooring. Always check whether the event permits bare feet or sandals, as even upscale resorts occasionally enforce strict policies. Crafting the ideal guest list. Balancing numbers and relationships. A thoughtfully curated guest list enhances the ambience of any formal gathering, fostering an environment conducive to connection and enjoyment. Striking the right balance between quantity and quality ensures that every attendee feels valued and engaged. Begin by identifying core participants, the primary celebrants, family members, or colleagues whose inclusion makes the event purposeful. These individuals form the foundation upon which additional invitations are built, creating layers of familiarity that ease social navigation. Consider logistical constraints, such as venue capacity and budget limitations, before extending invitations. Overfilling spaces diminishes intimacy, while sparse gatherings risk leaving gaps in conversation networks. Aim for a mix of personalities that complements the event's tone and goals. When inviting guests, prioritize diversity in age ranges, backgrounds, and occupations to stimulate varied perspectives. Avoid clustering exclusively around similar demographics. which could lead to insular clusters instead of broad engagement opportunities. Lastly, remember that exclusivity does not equate to success. Including individuals who contribute positively to the atmosphere, whether through humor, expertise, or warmth, often yields greater satisfaction than merely filling quotas. Navigating RSVP protocols with grace and precision, responding promptly to an invitation, demonstrates consideration for the host's efforts and helps streamline preparations. Understanding how to manage RSVP timelines and communicate changes professionally preserves goodwill throughout the process. Most hosts specify deadlines for responses, typically ranging from 3 weeks to 6 months depending on event scale. Adhering to these guidelines shows respect for organizational demands and avoids last-minute complications that strain resources. If circumstances change after confirming attendance, inform the host discreetly via phone call or email. Provide clear reasons for cancellation or rescheduling, offering alternatives whenever possible. Apologize sincerely, acknowledging the inconvenience caused. For group bookings involving multiple people, designate a single contact person to handle communications efficiently. This reduces confusion and ensures consistency in messaging regarding final decisions or updates. In cases where uncertainty persists, ask for clarification on policies surrounding +1s or children. Many hosts appreciate advance notice so they can adjust accommodations accordingly without compromising other guests' experiences. Elevating dining experiences through table manners at formal dinners. Refined table manners transform routine meals into memorable encounters marked by politeness and attentiveness. Mastering basic techniques establishes credibility and leaves lasting positive impressions. Begins with posture. Sit upright with hands resting lightly on thighs or the edge of the table. Avoid slouching or leaning forward excessively, which conveys impatience or disrespect toward fellow diners. Utensil usage follows hierarchical logic, beginning with outermost implements moving inward progressively. Never cross knife blades or use them for cutting bread. Always pass dishes clockwise to maintain efficiency and courtesy. Drink consumption should occur away from others' plates, using napkins strategically placed beneath glasses to catch condensation. Hold wine glasses by stems rather than bodies to preserve temperature integrity and reduce staining risks. Pacing food intake according to others' rhythms fosters harmony. Politely excuse oneself briefly for bathroom visits, requesting permission to leave temporarily. Upon returning, rejoin conversations seamlessly without appearing disruptive. Fostering meaningful conversations without intrusion. Engaging in stimulating dialogues elevates the essence of any formal gathering, transforming passive attendance into active participation. Cultivating curiosity and listening skills enables deeper exchanges that resonate long after the event concludes. Initiate conversations by referencing shared environments, comment on architectural features, menu selections, or current affairs relevant to the setting. Pose open-ended questions. What inspired your career path? Rather than yes/no queries to invite elaboration. Active listening involves nodding affirmatively, maintaining eye contact, and paraphrasing statements to confirm comprehension. Resist the urge to dominate discourse. Instead, alternate speaking turns naturally to sustain. Balanced interaction. Be mindful of sensitive subjects such as politics, religion, or personal finances unless trust levels justify exploration. Gauge receptivity carefully, steering discussions towards safer ground if tensions arise unexpectedly. Complimenting others genuinely strengthens bonds. Focus on sincere observations about style choices, achievements, or talents rather than superficial praise. Specificity increases perceived authenticity and minimizes chances of unintended offense. Post-event gratitude. Leaving a lasting impression. Expressing appreciation following a formal event solidifies relationships and reflects gratitude for hospitality received. Thoughtful gestures reinforce connections formed during the gathering, ensuring continued relevance in future engagements. Sending handwritten thank you notes within 24 to 48 hours communicates genuine acknowledgement of time spent and value derived from interactions. Mention particular highlights mentioned earlier to personalize messages effectively. For digital correspondence, tailor subject lines to match the nature of the event. Thank you for hosting our engagement party, and sign off warmly without being overly familiar. Include specific references to moments appreciated most. Gift giving serves as tangible expression of thanks, though moderation prevents excessiveness. Consider practical items aligned with recipients' lifestyles rather than extravagant tokens that may overwhelm budgets. Even virtual expressions suffice when physical meetings aren't feasible. Brief calls or emails suffice provided they convey heartfelt sentiment. Consistency in showing appreciation builds enduring rapport regardless of medium chosen. Common pitfalls to avoid at formal events. Despite best intentions, certain behaviors frequently undermine otherwise promising occasions. Recognizing these pitfalls empowers attendees to sidestep mishaps that could damage reputations or sour moods. Arrival times significantly impact perceptions. Arriving too early or late disrupts schedules and signals disregard for punctuality principles. Aim to reach venues 10 minutes prior to official start times to acclimate comfortably. Overindulgence in alcohol erodes judgment, increasing likelihood of inappropriate comments or actions. Consume beverages responsibly, alternating with water to stay hydrated and maintain cognitive clarity. Ignoring nonverbal cues, such as crossed arms indicating discomfort or lack of eye contact suggesting disinterest, can alienate peers unknowingly. Practice empathy by observing body language actively and adjusting approaches accordingly. Loud laughter or raised voices violate decorum standards, particularly in quieter settings like art exhibitions or intimate dinner parties. Modulate volume levels consistently to uphold respectful auditory boundaries. Finally, refrain from monopolizing conversations solely about oneself. Encourage reciprocity by sharing stories equally with others present, ensuring balanced engagement rather than one-sided narratives. Conclusion: embracing elegance in every interaction. Mastery of formal event etiquette transcends mere rule following. It embodies an ethos of mindfulness and reverence for communal experiences. By integrating these practices into daily life, individuals cultivate habits that enhance both personal growth and collective harmony. Whether celebrating milestones or participating in professional functions, approaching each opportunity with intentionality transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary memories. Remember, true sophistication lies not in perfection but in continuous learning and application of courteous values.